In less than 60 seconds, how did we get from baby bottles to black eyes? Most significantly, whose kid was being born when chaos broke out, and who swung first? In the birthing room, a full-fledged fistfight broke out. Yes, you heard correctly. It wasn't backstage at a rap fight, a baby shower, or even a reunion special. When someone was actually in labor, Remy Ma and Claressa Shields threw hands. And guess what? The nurse instantly regretted her attempt to intervene. A nurse exclaimed, "This isn't in my job description." Remy immediately took off her gloves and lunged, and Claressa, my sis, arrived ready. It was reportedly the most disrespectful scene in hospital history. Was it another unhinged moment for Remy? A failed DNA test? Or a meltdown in the love triangle? Keep your seatbelts up, because we're going to unveil what might be the most ridiculous ever. Prepare yourself for an entirely new degree of insanity. Grab some popcorn and cover your scrubs. Not because of a baby, but with a scream knot, the sort you expect in a delivery room. Not the kind that comes with breathing and pushing and a new life number. Rather, it resulted from the decision of two adult women to toss their hands near a fetal heart monitor. With a fancy bag, dark sunglasses, and a sensation that the thermostat had dropped, Remy Ma walked into the hospital. Like, she owned it. When Remy got there, Claressa Shields was already 10 centimeters along in her labor, and for some reason, nobody intervened. Interested, scared, or both? The nurses froze Papoos's expression as soon as she walked through the doorway, as if his soul had been examined. They knew something crazy was going to happen because the moment Remy walked in the door, the tension changed, and you could feel it moving across the floor like a wet mop. Remy didn't say hello or inquire about the baby. Instead, he just looked at Claressa, who was breathing vulnerably and perspiring, and said, "Let's see if this baby got my man's nose." This was the final straw for Claressa, who was already tense when she came in and started talking about genetics. Without even looking, she clenched her teeth and whispered it, and Remy didn't bat an eye. Then, like a villain in a horror movie, she approached slowly and whispered something into Claressa's ear. Nobody is aware of what she said, but it must have been hurtful, since what happened next sent the whole floor reeling. Only a few hours prior, Claressa was planning baby names while munching on ice chips. Here's the twist. Remy did more than just duck. She dodged and dipped, creating a pillow swing so furious that it ripped at the seams, scattering feathers like a snow globe filled with remorse and confusion. Where was Papoose, the man who was purportedly bound to both ladies, standing like a bootleg wax figure in the corner? Without making any movement or blinking, he simply stood there and observed a nurse trying to prevent 4 lines from flying, since she is now purportedly on medication. One of the nurses will refer to her as Tasha. Leave said, "This isn't in my job description," and the emergency alarm was triggered, but it was too late. The fight had already started. The baby monitor had been knocked to the ground, hair had been pulled, a tray of sterile tools had clattered like marching band cymbals. And Claressa was pushing and punching while yelling about betrayal contracts, loyalty lies, and not being anyone's side character. While all of this was going on, the poor nurse was attempting to separate 2 women who were both able to bench press her without exerting any effort. But this is what really made the internet go crazy. The entire mess was somehow filmed in 4K by the hospital security camera, and guess who leaked it? According to an anonymous Reddit user claiming to be a daughter with 96 tattoos. The hospital DJ was the one who did it, not a staff member. The hospital DJ, you read correctly. He was meant to play soothing lullabies for babies. But instead, the real-life, cut-free version of the video was called Remy Ma vs. Claressa Labor Lockdown Edition. The Shade Room shared it as soon as it went viral, and then Lipstick Alley. And Twitter, where the hashtags were exploding. The responses included the following: "I just watched a woman give birth and throw hands at the same time. God is still making warriors." Papoose really stood there like he was buffering. And Then Jazz Labor Room Rumble, Jazza Remy versus Claressa Gia Papoose Pick a Side, Jaja Nurse Needs Therapy. But below all the memes and jokes, there was a question that everyone wanted to know the answer to. Why did Remy actually turn up? The fight was even changed to look like a scene from Mortal Kombat, replete with health bars and the message, finish. It wasn't about love, finding closure, or even the baby. It wasn't a surprise visit. Some believe that shortly before the baby was delivered, Remy discovered something explosive. The final piece of evidence could have been an old film, a DNA test, or even a text from Pap. She came to settle a score, not to chat, and she was afraid of whatever it was. Just when you thought things couldn't get much worse, the 17-second video clip split the internet in two. Whoever was correct or incorrect, history was made the instant the feather-filled mayhem from Claressa's delivery room went viral. Let's examine it one frame at a time. Instead of checking on a baby, Remy Ma is shown in the released footage standing over Claressa's bed, her look cold, as though she is issuing court documents. One person in the room gasps, while another voice says, "Oh no, she didn't." The person sounded a lot like DJ Tone 808, who was supposed to be playing soothing rainfall sounds, but instead caught a live UFC advertisement. The clip cuts out in the middle of the punch. Everyone had an opinion after that. There was nothing cuddly about it. Tit was plain war ready. Lisa had her tummy in one hand and the hospital railing in the other, and she was sweating and panting. She glances up as though she's going to say something important, but she just swings instead. Everyone was talking about anything from aunties to battle rappers to beauty influencers and Facebook groups. But the three other voices can be heard in the audio: Claressa, Remy, and what fans think is Papoose. There is silence until a male voice, most likely Pap, murmurs, "Let's just focus on the baby." Remy responds, "Don't play me. You were never just a friend, you had a whole timeline behind my back." Claressa's voice continues, "I told you I didn't plan this. I didn't mean for it to go this far. You were able to concentrate on the infant for months? People said that Ray already knew she had the test because she had seen something before going to the hospital. And if that wasn't crazy enough, a former hospital nurse allegedly DM'd a blogger who said Claressa had listed Papoose Mackey as a support person, not a family member or a friend, and her admittance form. Ree's next line, "You better pray that baby doesn't look like you," infuriated the comment sections. The drama is evident, regardless of whether it was pettiness or protocol. With the description "Papoose" in the corner, one tweet went viral, posing the question, which one do I hand the baby to? Remy Ma stood up for her man while Claressa yelled at her man, and the baby was merely wanting to be born peacefully. Let's also take a moment to remember the healthcare workers. Tasha, the poor nurse who tried to fill in, is now on TikTok. And this is the biggest blow to Papoose Man, since he was betrayed 5 seasons after he scrawled loyalty in Sharpie over his fitted cap. To a Nicki Minaj rhythm, the doctor reportedly sought to be reassigned, and now only delivers cats and small dogs at a nearby pet hospital. The doctor apparently fell silent after she released Astery Time video. And the next day, she scrubbed while drinking tea and mouthing the sentence, "Y'all aren't even ready." Despite all the drama, turmoil, and memes, the man stated, "I didn't sign up for Love and Hip Hop maternity ward. But there's a question that no one can ignore. What happens now? Remy Ma may have thrown the first pillow. Claressa may have thrown the first punch. And fans are demanding a statement. Claressa's camp is reportedly preparing a legal defense. Ree's public relations team has gone into full lockdown mode. The hospital is reviewing security protocols. And the entire world is anxiously awaiting Papoose's next move, because he hasn't made any public statements since the delivery room incident. The hospital may even file charges for care disruption. The silence didn't last long, and now Papoose is being attacked from all sides. Clarissa's camp and Remy's inner circle are publicly questioning whether he's as innocent as he's acting. 2. B. People are asking questions like, was Papoose really just the support person? Did he know about Clarissa's pregnancy? It's rare but definitely possible for a public altercation to break out next to a birthing bed. We're hearing from an alleged anonymous hospital source who claims that Papoose spent the entire labor in a private room with his phone by his side, not by Clarissa's side, and not holding her hand. The public started to speculate about whether Papoose was the biological father of Clarissa's child before Remy realized that he had been playing both sides the entire time. If you think it's dramatic, get ready for even more crazy stuff to come. Let's face it, in this world of fake news scandals, it's always possible. The rumors surrounding aren't just entertainment gossip. Clarissa's camp is now investigating potential parental rights, looking into DNA testing, and gathering evidence. Some conspiracy theorists believe he was calling people to secure his next big project, while others speculate he was negotiating a deal for a reality show based on this very drama. They are preparing for a full-on custody battle while playing the victim. And let's not even discuss Remy Ma, who has been completely absent from social media for days, not even posting cryptic posts to keep her followers guessing. But she has a plan. Her legal team is reportedly putting in extra hours to ensure that Papoose's baby isn't claiming her throne because, let's face it, this isn't just a family drama. It's a battle for her reputation and for someone like Remy Ma, who has spent years building her empire. This scandal threatens to topple everything she's worked so hard to achieve. The hospital is reportedly facing lawsuits from both sides for the security breach, the unprofessional behavior, and the inability to prevent a brawl during a life-threatening delivery. She may be smiling in public, but behind closed doors, she's planning to make sure Papoose doesn't pull a fast one and walk away with a crown and possibly more than just a baby. We're also hearing from insiders that a full-fledged investigation into the hospital's role in this mess is underway. She has been suspended indefinitely, but don't feel sorry for her just yet. Rumor has it that she is now trying to capitalize on the situation by writing a tell-all book. Now let's think about the media frenzy that followed. As soon as the leaked footage was released, it went viral and set the internet on fire. Everyone, including their grandmother, had something to say. Was it a publicity stunt? Did Papoose know about this baby? Was the whole mess set up by Claressa, Tone who is becoming the real star of this drama? Claressa Shields has mostly kept quiet, letting the world speculate while she stays out of the fray. But the rumors are getting louder, implying that Claressa may have been playing the long game all along. Remy Ma was dragged through the mud in a number of viral videos and commentary channels, turning this delivery room altercation into full-fledged documentaries. While Papoose's career is in ruins and you can only